Hello, welcome to Talk FCB. I am your host, OB, and today we talk soccer.
Hello and welcome to Talk FCB. This is your host Obi, and today we'll be recapping the Champions League that just got concluded. Wonderful game, beautiful game for the neutrals. Kind of one-sided in terms of we already know what to expect is attack versus defense, and we expected that. I think Arsenal put up a fight. They did a wonderful job. We already know Luis Enrique have built a very dangerous team in PSG, and we expected it to go that way. Looking back at the game, do you think Arsenal deserve to get a penalty on the Madueke's challenge? Do you think Arsenal should have been allowed to take the corner kick? Which referee ended the game to first half when Arsenal had a chance, and we know how dangerous Arsenal can be in corner kicks. It's like denying them a penalty. But it was a good game. It trickled down. We said it in this podcast that Arsenal can win the Champions League. We know PSG can destroy any team, but Arsenal can because of their defensive qualities, and they showed that defensive qualities yesterday. Even though it says that Arsenal had only 25%. 22 they had about percent ball position in the Champions League, and it's like the history is the first time in history. You win game by defending. You win finals by defending and winning. We remember when Chelsea won the Champions League against Manchester City. It was a 1-goal difference, and they defended with their lives. So you can play like that in one-off game and win a game, especially when you're playing against a team like Paris Saint-Germain that looks so dangerous. So Arsenal really played. So it came down to immature mistakes, very immature mistakes. We all know what happened with the tackle against Kvaratskhelia, who I said was probably the most dangerous player in that team. And it was a terrible tackle. It was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. It was immature. And games like this, big games like this, are decided on those little details. If he didn't tackle that Kvaratskhelia and get the penalty and PSG equalize, Arsenal can hold on to that 1-0 draw for 2 days and end up winning that Champions League. But it didn't happen because of, like I said, immature. You don't jump into a tackle in games like that where you're playing against the best players that know what to do, know when to jump in, taking on players. Overall, apart from that, I think it was a wonderful game. I know at last Gabriel missed a penalty. It can happen to anyone. Anyone can miss a penalty. I don't blame him. I think he played a fantastic game. So with that being said, we have to move on. Congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. And I'll tell you this is a successful season for Arsenal. It's a very successful season. Anybody that thinks that they didn't have a success can go back and look and say this is a successive season. Next season they can come back and try to do it again. So we have with that being said, the World Cup is upon us, guys. The World Cup is upon us, and we have to focus on the World Cup games. The World Cup starts date is June 11th, which is right around the corner, and we know the games are going to be between Mexico versus South Africa, and we have South Korea versus Czech Republic. For those of you watching from the US, we will be finding out what channels will be showing it. I know Fox Sports will be showing some of these games. Our friends who are outside the country too, like all over the world, Nigeria, Mexico, all those places, we'll find out what channels show the game, so you guys can all catch it and what times. For those of you in the United States, we will be viewing this game. South Africa versus Mexico will be 3 p.m. on June 11. And South Korea will be playing Czech Republic. That will be 10 p.m. later in the day on the same day, June 11. So who's your player? We know Mexico. We got players to watch. And if you remember the Mexico goalie, the number one goalie, I think his name is Ochoa. He's 40 years old. He's been to His first cap was at the age of 20, so he's been in this team for a long time, the Mexico team, and he's included in the squad for this is his fifth World Cup. He's gonna be playing in five different World Cups, and we also know the players to watch for South Korea. We know Son, a former Tottenham Hotspur player. He plays for LAFC right now in Major League Soccer. He's a good player to watch, and also Ronnie Williams from South Africa. He's the goalie. He's a very, 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 very good young goalie. We remember his saves in one of the African Cup of Nations. He made like three, four saves on a penalty shootout that went viral, and I think he's a very good goalie. Is one of our players to watch. So there's a lot of World Cup games coming up that we have to talk about, and we'll take it from there. I think this week my job is to go through all the players to watch, their countries, their locations, the channels, so we can bring you the World Cup recap and World Cup analysis after the games, before the games, and players to watch so we can enjoy the game. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. This is FC. Stay tuned. I keep watching. We got a lot coming up. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.